Hi, Dave Altavilla for HotHardware. You know, it seems like all the rage in internet video recently is an unboxing of a product. These are video clips where folks will unwrap or unbox a new gadget or gizmo for the world to see. Now, we're not quite sure what's so sexy about all this unboxing stuff.
Do I make you horny?
However, we certainly do follow all the hottest trends on the internet, and so with that in mind, I'll tee up this three-way high-end graphics card roundup for HotHardware editor Shane Unrain with an unveiling of GeForce GTX 285 offerings from Asus, Bfg, and Zotac. Let's get them unboxed.
Yeah, baby!
The three graphics cards that we're going to be taking a look at today are based on NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 285 GPU, which is essentially a 55nm die-shrunk optimization of the GeForce GTX 280 GPU that debuted in June of 2008. The GeForce GTX 285, which debuted in January of 2009, is currently the fastest single GPU-based graphics processor on the market today. Let's take a look at Zotac's GeForce GTX 285 AMP Edition. Incidentally, this is a factory overclocked card with a core clock speed of 702 MHz versus the stock reference design at 648 MHz, and a memory interface speed of 2592 MHz versus the stock reference design at 2484 MHz. Let's get it unboxed. You got a standard 2-pin digital audio pass-through cable for use with a DVI to HDMI converter if you wanted to pass audio through the card. A pair of Molex to PCI Express power converter cables, in case your power supply doesn't have those built on. They should if you're checking out a card like this though. A DVI to SVGA converter dongle, standard issue. And of course the card itself. Tight little static bag there. Get some nice dragon artwork on the front. Pair of DVI output connectors, dual link DVI, and a 7-pin HDTV output connector. SLI bridge connectors on the top, PCI Express power connectors, and that 2-pin digital audio pass-through connector that we spoke of. Take a look a little bit deeper in the box here. We've got standard driver installation CD and Zotac case badge. Very nice. 3D Mark Vantage built in for benchmarking. Good stuff. And Race Driver Grid. Nice little E for Everyone title. Show off your gaming capabilities with the card. And a Zotac user's manual and Zotac extended warranty / quick installation guide. So a fairly basic bundle, but well-rounded, and you can find the Zotac GTX 285 AMP Edition online for about $354.99. Next, we'll unbox the Bfg Geforce GTX 285 OCX. This is also a factory overclocked card with a core clock speed of 702 MHz and a little bit faster memory interface speed at 2664 MHz. Box is a little smaller as well. Tight squeeze. All kinds of stuff in here. 10% off up to 5 games or CUDA applications at Endzone. Little coupon there. Component video output connector cable. That 2-pin digital audio pass-through cable. PCI Express power connector cable. Quick installation guide and driver CD. Little advertisement for BFG power supplies there. Get all that put back in there. Pair of DVI to, well, let's see, DVI to SVGA and DVI to HDMI output converter. Nice to see that in there, like that. Quick little installation guides. One first looks like power setup and another one for HDMI adapter kit. Shows that 2-pin pass-through cable we talked about earlier. Let's get the card out of here. Another tight squeeze, bubble rack, static bag there. The GeForce GTX 285 OCX from Bfg, pair of DVI and that 7-pin HD TV output, SLI connectors and PCI Express power connectors. Again, standard issue card design, but this is actually the fastest clocked card in our roundup with a 702 megahertz core clock speed, about the same as the Zotac card, but a little bit faster memory interface speed at 2664. And you can find the Bfg GTX 285 OCX online right now for about $419. So it's also the most expensive card in our roundup. And finally, let's take a look at the Asus GTX 285 Top. This is also a factory overclocked card with a 699 megahertz core clock speed and a 2600 megahertz memory interface speed. So it falls right about in the middle in terms of memory interface speed and clock speed, but the core clock is actually the slowest of the three in our roundup. We'll let Shane's benchmark numbers tell you whether or not that makes much of a difference. But this card is got some pretty fancy packaging going on. Asus, rock solid, heart touching. Gotta love the marketing. Let's see. Looks like standard driver discs and multi-language manual. And looks like HDMI, SPDIF cable connection instruction manual. And then a speed setup guide. Actually some nice color illustrations there. Like to see that. We've got what looks to be a CD case, CD carrying case. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't know if that's leather or pleather, but that's nice. Let's get that out of the way. Box O cables and connectors here. Looks like we've got a DVI to SVGA dongle, converter dongle. This is a PCI Express power converter. Looks like 8-pin to dual 6-pin, no, dual 6-pin to 8-pin converter. Not sure why you need that on a GTX 285 because it only requires a 6-pin PCI Express power connector. It's kind of interesting. Molex to PCI Express power converter and 2-pin audio pass-through, a digital audio pass-through cable. Here's the card itself, and yeah, thought I was going a little cuckoo there, but as you can see, though they give you a dual 6-pin to 8-pin PCI Express power converter cable in the box, maybe this is just an error in packaging. You only need the 6-pin power PCI Express power connectors for this card. So, but here it is, the Asus GTX 285 Top. It's got some sort of techno Dark Knight warrior guy on the front there. It looks nice. Pair of dual-link DVI output connectors and that 7-pin HD TV output connector. You can find this factory overclocked card online for right now currently about $399. So it sits right in the mid-tier of our roundup in terms of price. We hope you enjoyed our unboxing, and let Shane take it away with the real hard benchmark numbers for you. I'm Dave Altavilla for Hot Hardware. Thanks for stopping by.